over the Knicks last night, but with no LeBron James. Despite previous reports that LeBron's ankle was feeling better, the 36-year-old sat out another game and now has 3 regular season games left before postseason play begins. So, Shannon, how surprised were you that LeBron, he didn't play last night?
Well, I'm not very surprised at all, Skip, because we knew he wasn't going to play back-to-backs. And if you look at the situation, he's made it abundantly clear. He said, man, I wish we could really have a parade. He was like, man, I can't wait until we drop that banner and we have fans in the building. So I didn't think he was going to play last night for the simple fact, once I found out they're unveiling the banner for the championship season, they're going to have 3,000, 3,500 fans there. It was a no-brainer. Why would he play last night and miss the opportunity to have the unveiling of the banner and play in front of the crowd tonight? Because he was never going to play back-to-back. So for me, I am not surprised at all. It gives him another 24 hours to rest that ankle to get it even healthier. And so now he plays tonight. And I think they play again when they play Thursday and Thursday and Friday, or Thursday and Saturday. And then the playing games, I think, start May 16th. So it gives him an opportunity to get another 24 hours. So, Skip, I'm really, really not surprised that he didn't play last night, given. And plus, it's the Knicks. We don't worry about no Knicks. Only Michael Rappaport and people in New York are happy about the Knicks. We weren't worried about them. They shot their wad on Sunday beating the Clippers. We knew they couldn't see us. And Big Drum. You see what Big Drum did last night, Skip? You want to change your mind about Drum? But we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that part. Don't do that, Skip. We're going to get to that part in a minute. But I'm not surprised LeBron didn't play, given that it was going to be a back-to-back. And if given the opportunity, a banner unveiling, playing in front of 3,000 fans, or playing last night and not playing tonight and having the banner unveiled. So for me, I'm not surprised at all. But watch what you get tonight. It's worth waiting for. I don't know, Skip. There are a few concerts that I've seen that were worth waiting for. I don't know if you've ever seen Beyonce in concert.
No.
She's worth seeing. It's worth waiting for. Yeah. I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire. They're worth waiting for. So for me, Maxwell, several times, those are concerts worth waiting for. Old Goat James, that performance he about to give you tonight, it was worth waiting for.
You ever see Prince in concert?
Skip, let me tell you the true story. No, Skip, I did not see him in concert.
I saw him 3 times.
Skip, I was going to go see him. His last performance in Atlanta, but you had to go to the gate to get the tickets because he didn't like scalping and all that kind of thing. And so I didn't get an opportunity to get a ticket, and I was going to buy 2 tickets. But the tickets were $200 at the box office. They wanted $3,500, $5,000 on the open market. And I was like, nah, I'm not paying that. I'll see him next time. 2 weeks later, he was dead. So I never got a chance to see him live.
Sorry about that. I did see Michael Jackson live, and it was all-time great, but it wasn't quite as great as the greatest Prince. I'm just a bigger Prince fan than Michael Jackson. Now back to the topic at hand. Your apologies for your man, LeBron James, no bounds. So now you're saying it was okay for him not to play against the Knicks because he wants to be there in the starting lineup when they raise the banner before maybe 3,000 people tonight.
That is correct.
They have had some fans in the stands before, so it will be the first time they have fans in the stands. But the point is, I tweeted this last week. I said, no way does LeBron James want to try a second comeback this year against the Knicks on a Tuesday night at Staples because the Knicks played knockdown, drag-out defense. I'm still skeptical of their offense, but under Coach Thibodeau, they will bump you, they will grind you, they will play a little bit of football with you, and they did that to the Lakers last night. But in the end, the Knicks turned back into the same old Knicks on offense, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But don't tell me that LeBron said, and again, LeBron's nobody's fool. He's got the highest IQ in basketball. And he said, I don't think I want to subject myself to the Knicks after I got embarrassed by trying to come back against Sacramento, missed the last-second shot, and then against Toronto also at home. So he's saying, you know what? The wise move, the shrewdest move would be to wait for Houston. You failed to point out that the Houston Rockets are now by far the worst team in basketball. Do you realize, Shannon, they've not only lost 6 in a row, they've lost 11 of 12. They've lost 43 of their last 48 games. There's no more John Wall this year. There's no Eric Gordon. There's no Avery Bradley. There's no Christian Wood. I don't even recognize what's left of the Houston Rockets.
Son is playing
LeBron
well.
saying, I think I'm going to play a little bully ball tonight. Way to go, LeBron. I'm proud of you. Way to go, Shannon. I'm proud of you for defending him for not subjecting himself to the Knicks.
Skip, our good friend Kenyon Martin's son is playing really well for the Rockets, though. He's been unbelievable.
Unbelievable?
Okay. Yeah, he's been unbelievable.
Okay, for a while, I thought Kevin Porter Jr., who's from out here at USC, I thought he was unbelievable. He got 50 going back, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago against Milwaukee. And now he's been out for a while, and they said he might try to play. Maybe he'll try to play because it's back in his stomping grounds. He's from Seattle, but played at USC. But seriously, is this a threat? Are you proud of LeBron for waiting to come back against the Houston Rockets, who are 3.5 games worse than the Detroit Pistons? The Rockets are 16-53. 16-53.
I don't care if he was coming back against the Washington Generals. I just want LeBron James to be healthy. And guess what, Skip? Now, let's switch over. That game last night, did you see that? Now, Caruso goes out. There's no Schroeder. There's no Bron. Caruso goes out early. We really don't have another playmaker, a guy that can make plays for himself and get other guys involved. And so they turned it over. Bogue says, look here, I'm going to turn the ball over to a 20-year-old guy. Now you see why. They were unwilling to package Schroeder, KCP, and Horton Tucker. They said, nah, we'll give you Schroeder. We'll give you KCP for Kyle Lowry, but you cannot have this young man. And he showed you last night, Skip, he's going to have growing pains. He's 20. He's not a true point guard. He needs to have the ball. He can create for himself. He can create for others, but he's going to have to learn, Skip, on a bounce pass in the lane, I can't throw it that low because that's Andre Drummond. He's 6'10 and a half, almost 300 pounds. He's not as nimble as some of the other guys. Why would you try a half-court pass to Ben McLemore like that's AD or LeBron up under the basket? He'll learn from those things. But if you know, in the overtime, 8 of their 10 points, he got them. 2 threes. And you know, with that first three, it came on a what? An offensive rebound by Big Drum. I told you Drum would be just fine. The way they played last night is awful encouraging, and you see we don't send the Suns into a spiral. They went to Phoenix and got their head back, went to a Golden State, got their head bashed in after what we did to them the other night. Skip, I don't know if you noticed, but that song by MC Hammer, Gaining momentum, we gaining at the right time.
By the way, Steph Curry went 1 for 11 from 3 last night, and they still managed to beat Phoenix, as you just pointed out.
Andrew Wiggins went crazy.
And by the way, your man THT had not 5 or 6, he had 7 turnovers last night, and you managed to survive because the Knicks turned back into the Knicks. Let me count the ways. The Knicks were up 85-75, low-scoring football type of game, with 7:39 left in the fourth quarter. They're up 10. And somehow they self-destruct, and your team whittled away, and I was impressed. You're right. They scratch, they claw, they fight back. And yet the Knicks, off a THT turnover, were up 2 with 31 seconds left. And could we see that possession, please, by this same old Knicks? This is 31 seconds left. They're up 2. All you got to do is just get a bucket and the game's over. Game's over. Game's going to be over. Game's going to be over. Just get a bucket. Here's Julius on AD. Julius, just get a bucket. Just get a bucket. Just get to the free throw line. Just get to the free throw line. Just take a shot, and it's a shot clock violation. What are you doing? You've got the game in the palms of both your hands, and you do that? What are you doing? And then it gets worse, because the Lakers come down, and your man KC3 tries a 3 from the corner with 5 seconds left. And could we see what happens? He tries a 3, and Wesley Matthews.
And one.
Wesley Matthews, how tall is he? Like 6'3", maybe? He's just standing in the lane, unboxed, and he just lays it back in off the glass. Why was he wide open standing in the lane? Because young R.J. Barrett, who had a terrible game, what was he, 2 for 13 and 0 for 7 from 3? He did not box him out. He
That
will
was
hear
D-Rose.
about that in today's film session from Coach Thibodeau. You have to box out, what is that, like 6'9" versus 6'3"? You got to box him out. You let a little man stand in the lane and put it back to tie the game. Are you kidding me?